Traffic boxes, they're an essential part of life. Without them, our roads just wouldn't function. But the normally dull green boxes can be a magnet for vandals. But Brisbane has embraced a program that allows local people to paint signal boxes, creating a fascinating public gallery. On a typical Brisbane morning, Scott Moorhead is about to get creative. No private studio here, and the canvas is something that otherwise no one really notices. Why paint a traffic signal box?
A couple of reasons really. I like painting, but mostly I think in a little way it's a chance to brighten up the community a little.
And out here on the street, the artist can't escape the public.
I get people making wonderful comments and thanking me for brightening up their community, and I've had others that have asked me how long I'm going to be on the Work for the Dolls scheme, what crime I committed in order to have to perform this punishment.
It's still art for art's sake, and also something more. It all began as a way to counter vandalism.
In 1999, Brisbane City Council realised that traffic signal boxes were their most graffitied asset, being those big metal boxes at every traffic light in a high profile area and becoming graffitied and costing a lot of money to clean up, etc. So they did a trial of about 30 boxes. That was begun by David Hinchcliffe.
I got to work and I remember I also had a little lamplight because I was there painting into the night. Little old lady walked past, she stopped and there was silence, and as she started to move on she said, young man, that's disgraceful what you're doing.
And so a drive-through art gallery was begun. Today there are boxes reflecting everyday life, simpler times, landmarks. Others are from another planet. And who'd have thought that in the Badlands of Breakfast Creek, a superhero is keeping vigil?
Who is Laserbeak Man?
I made Laserbeak Man up when I was 11 years old.
And what does Laserbeak Man do?
He fights the bad guys.
It's not news to anyone that Brisbane's getting busier. But here's a thought. Why not kick back, if even for a moment? Enjoy what we have.
Well, I looked at the box where it was located, and it was a busy road. In the morning, a lot of traffic heading inbound and a lot of traffic heading outbound at night.
Some of the boxes are even as colourful as the locals. So Mr. Kettlehead, this is his traffic signal box. What do you think about his words of wisdom?
Fear not, my young toasty friend. This toast may be burnt, but there will always be another slice of bread. That's nice.
Anyone can paint a box. They just need the inspiration. And the Brisbane City Council will provide the paint. They're only asked to foster community pride.
Hello, I'm from the ABC.
Hello.
What do you think this is?
It's some type of telecommunications box, I think.
And the picture?
Oh, the picture? Well, it looks Aboriginal to me, but I couldn't tell you what it is.
For the record, it's a wobbegong shark, normally in Moreton Bay. The boxes speak to Brisbane, its past and present, its people, their lives and their interests. And like the work, the artists are all different.
All backgrounds. Some people have never painted a single thing before. Some people are retired and have always wanted to do some painting and have a go and timidly do one box, and the next thing you know they've done 10 boxes.
I've painted about more than 100, really as a promotional tool for my artwork, I suppose.
But wait, isn't that a familiar face in the crowd? With a head so big he can hardly fit?
He has had a lot of penises painted on his head.
Towards the end, when I was putting in his eyes and his mouth and it became clear that it was Peter Beattie, I did get a little bit of harassment then.
Political boxes are now off limits, but there's no shortage of material for a simple yet hugely successful program that's seen a reduction in graffiti of 85% and saved the council a fortune.
Well, here we are, Scott, and this is the final product. What do you think?
I'm fairly happy with it. This box is very close to the Gallery of Modern Art, and there was an art movement in the 1960s called op art, so this is, I guess, dedicated to the Gallery of Modern Art. Hopefully it's not going to be the only piece I get this close to the gallery.
And if you like the images on those boxes, a book has just been released of Brisbane's traffic art. And that brings us to the end of the show. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye.